What's up, fight fans? What's going on out there, man? It is the homie, Mainman, Mademan here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, going down on Thursdays and Sundays here on Mainman, Mademan's Boxing. What's up, man? Good morning, live 9 a.m. from the DMV, up grinding. You know what I'm saying? Rise and grind. Salute to the fam. Salute to everybody over at Mainman, Mademan's Boxing Forum, man. Want to get on here this morning for a quick word, get in, get out. Y'all already know how I do. And I just want to drop this off, man. So the thing is I'm looking around boxing and, you know, I come across quite a few articles this morning and most of them involved Bob Arum. Starting to realize something here, fight fans. Say what you want. There's a lot of words that can describe the man known as Bob Arum. Some words that come to mind, some say snake, some say weasel, some say backstabber, some say crook. There's a lot of names to describe Bob Arum, you know what I mean? But the one name that you also got to give him, when the smoke all clears, regardless if you love him or hate him, you think he's scum, you think he's a legend. The one name that you got to give him is Kingmaker. Why do you say that, man? I look at the current landscape in boxing today, and I see a lot of undisputed talk going on around boxing. I mean, we literally talking about 3 different weight classes at the present moment where they can have an undisputed fight for all 4 belts. Now, we just seen the stat the other day on ESPN. Since the 4-belt era, well, there's only been 4 undisputed champions. Bob Arum had one of them, being Terrence Bud Crawford. So when we talk undisputed in Bob Arum, it's no stranger to him. He's been doing this. Well, here we are today where there's an undisputed situation playing out at 135 pounds. There's an undisputed situation playing out at 140 pounds. And there's an undisputed situation playing out at heavyweight. Now, all of them coming with their little obstacles and little things that got to be done to make sure things come over the finish line. At 135, I believe you got Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. Josh Taylor has to get through this guy Kong Song. Not to mention Ramirez is dealing with a request from the WBO to face his WBO mandatory in Jack Catterall. However, the WBO gave them 20 days to negotiate something. But through the willings and dealings of Bob Arum put it out there that Jack Catterall is a MTK global fighter. You know what I mean? Which means that, and also Josh Taylor is an MTK global fighter, which basically means that things can be done. Things can be done. Bob can pick up the phone, put a phone call in, hit up Kenahan or somebody and say, hey, I need this Jack Catterall situation to go away so I can get the undisputed on. Then you look at the situation playing out at that was at 140. I'm sorry. I take that back. That was at 140. You look at the situation that's playing out at 135 pounds. I'm sorry, with Vasil Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Forgive me, fam. It's early. Zeno, what's up, fam? What's up with you, man? DJ Zion Love in the building. What's up, fam? The thing I'm saying is at 135, the obstacle down there is Josh Taylor and Kong Song. Ramirez has his WBO mandatory coming due, and that's going to be this Jack Catterall guy. But like I say, Catterall is with MTK Global. We already know Bob is down with MTK Global by giving them all them fight dates on ESPN Plus, so it's all good. A phone call can be made. Jack Catterall can be out of the situation. Now, let's look to 140. My apologies on that. Now, let's look to 140. 140, you got Josh Taylor, and you got, Jose Ramirez. Oh, man, I'm getting these weight classes all jacked up this morning. 35 was with Teofimo Lopez, and Vasil Lomachenko. All right, my bad. That situation is ready to go. The 140 situation is what I'm talking about with Jack Catterall. Well, that obstacle can be got out the way. Then you look at the heavyweight situation. You got Tyson Fury if he gets through Deontay Wilder. If, and that's a humongous ifs. And I'm putting 20 Fs on that if. If he gets through Deontay Wilder. Well, then there's Bob Arum at heavyweight, another undisputed situation. Now, the obstacle right there is what? The WBO, once again. Oleksandr Usyk, out in articles today, him and his manager, Aegis Climbers, telling the world, we want our shot. We ain't gonna let nothing take away this shot. We allowed Anthony Joshua to go and face Kubrat Pulev. Now, after that situation is over, we won our shot. Now, Eddie got to figure that out. I'm sure he's going to need Bob help there. Because the fans don't want to hear anything about Oleksandr Usyk getting in the way of Undisputed. I like Oleksandr Usyk, I do. But ain't nobody trying to hear about him getting in the way. The one rule that goes across the board for all these sanctioning bodies is unifications trump mandatories. And I would think Undisputed even trumps that. So I'm sure there's some small print somewhere that they can go out and say, yo, you know what? Yeah, man, you know, Oleksandr Usyk, we know you get your shot, bro. But at the end of the day, you forgot about that little small print that's down on in paragraph Z, column O, section D, number 5, says that unifications trump mandatories. You know what I mean? So the point I'm trying to get to everybody is that Bob Arum has got his hand in 3 undisputed situations playing out currently right now. So do you think that Bob is doing this for his legacy, given that we know Bob is up there in age? You're going to be walking out the fight game soon. I'm sure he got a lot of sharks over at Top Rank waiting for that day to happen. Sure, all them cats over there. But the point is he doing this for his legacy or his company or his fighters? Just to look, you know, if this man walks out of boxing and had his hand in 4 undisputed matches, Slim, that's legendary. Legendary. We always credit Don King and salute to Don King for all that he's done in the fight game, giving us some big, big moments in the fight game. We know him and Bob Arum has always been competitors. But if Bob goes out like this, hooking up undisputed match after undisputed match, you got to give him credit. So for him to be pushing so hard in this direction, the question that I have to ask is he doing this for his legacy? Because Bob been in the fight game for a long time. He's known for a lot of things. Talking to certain judges, talking to certain commissions, talking to certain sanctioning bodies, taking money from that fighter, this fighter, all kinds of stuff. But he's also going to be known as the man that maybe walked out of boxing, having a hand in putting in at least 3 consecutive undisputed fights. That's crazy, champ. That's crazy. I got to give him credit. What credit is due. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. What's up, Dillian? What's up? Good morning, fam. Good morning to you. Good morning. Celtic Warrior in the building. What's up, homie? What's going on, man? Teofimo wins that fight. I'm sure he is the only one who will beat Loma. Hey, yo, man, did you see? I don't know if y'all seen this article floating around this morning. I think it's on TalkSport. And Gervonta Davis, they got him quoted as saying that he won't fight Vasyl Lomachenko until 2022. Real spill. 2022. At that point, Vasyl Lomachenko will be 34 years old, and Gervonta Davis would be 27. 2022, fam. So that's letting me know that there's a possibility that if Gervonta Tank Davis beats Leo Santa Cruz, there could be a rematch clause there. Maybe they pivot to Ryan Garcia afterwards, and then they get to Vasyl Lomachenko. Damn, that's crazy. I remember when Vasyl Lomachenko said, "I'll stand at 130 pounds and wait on you, Tank." Tank looked the other way. But that's crazy. That's crazy. I think, that's going to be a good fight, Teofimo and Loma, bro. Shakur beats Taylor, says Celtic War. You think Shakur beats Taylor? That's a good fight, bro. I got Shakur beating everybody. You know what I'm saying? I got Shakur beating everybody. So that's a good fight, fam. I got Shakur beating everybody, though. I don't think Wilder versus Fury 3 will ever happen, and AJ will get upset by Usyk. Now, that's what I'm saying. So, you know, there's a lot of moving parts in this situation where things can go left. Don't get me wrong. Things can go left. I appreciate the effort that Bob Arum is doing. And even Bob is not even doing it just all in-house. Yeah, of course, the situation playing out at 35 is an in-house situation. Yeah, the situation playing out at 140 is an in-house situation, but the situation at heavyweight ain't an in-house situation. Now, the Vasyl Lomachenko and Teofimo situation, the problem there is by Vasyl having that franchise belt, and originally we were told that it cannot be transferred. Now, of course, Teofimo and Top Rank request that it be transferred if he wins. So they're changing the rules as they go. So the question is, there can be a segment of fans that say, hey man, we don't see this as undisputed, and I can understand that. I really can. But for those who want to look past that, this will be taken as undisputed. For Ben Media in the super chat. Thank you, family. Good morning to you, family. Good morning to you. Salute, main man. Needed this listening for my morning drive all day, bro. I'm glad I can help you get through, fam. Salute to everybody out there on that road this morning, man. Going to get it. Going to get it. Go on, get it. Rise and grind to you all. Salute to you for Ben Media. But I just wonder, man, I just look at this and I say, well, Bob has really got his foot on the gas with these undisputed fights. I mean, I ain't never seen Bob pushing for this many undisputed fights at one time. And it's starting to make me think that he's doing this for him. I ain't mad at it. It's cool for me. It's cool with us. We boxing fans. This is all great for us. And I got to give Bob credit. If he pulls these things off, if he pulls off the 35 situation, which is look like we're on our way there, if he pulls off the 140 situation, which it looks like we're on our way there, as long as Josh Taylor does not lose to Kong Song, which I'm not saying, but I don't know much about this Kong Song cat, but I know he got 13 KOs. Come from Thailand. I'm going to do my homework on him, and I'm going to have a full report on him. But at the end of the day, as long as Josh Taylor get through his end, we good. Bob Arum has successfully maneuvered the WBC out of the way of the Fury situation. Like I say, Alexander Usyk is the only thorn there. He's been paid off before. Will he be paid off again? We'll see. And not to mention the Usyk situation, there's a lot of moving parts. Anything can happen. Usyk can lose to Joshua. We don't know how that works out. Joshua can lose to Pulev. Dude, these are COVID-19 times where we don't know what's going to happen in a lot of these fights, where these fighters have not been training and sparring. So we'll see. But I got to give credit where credit is due. And that is salute to Bob Arum. One way or another, whether we love it or hate it, whether we like the players involved or not, he is bringing us or having a hand in 3 consecutive undisputed fights at one time. He's putting them all together at one time. And as a boxing fan, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Now, let's move on to the Tank situation. The Tank situation, I told y'all before in the past, kind of got me a little worried here. I was on Monty's channel last night, and we were talking about this. And the thing I'm very worried about in this Tank situation is it looks like sabotage to me. I told y'all, it just looks very sabotageous. It looks like sabotage. I've never seen a situation where you got Gervonta Davis going down to a weight under financial penalties, a weight that he has not fought in since July of 2019. We've had coronavirus and everything in between. He's going down to this weight class. Yeah, he's getting 12 weeks to train instead of 8. Cool. But even if he makes the weight, let's say he hits that 129.25, he hits it right on 130. My question is, will he be the same fighter? That's what I'm afraid of. I told him last night, I seen him in that 135 fight, huffing and puffing halfway through that fight. We can say it was Gamboa, whatever you want to say, but Tank was huffing and puffing. They say, well, man, he wasn't nearly as focused in that fight as he was for this fight. Well, if you go back to Tank's statements building up to the Gamboa fight, he was talking the exact same way he is now. So talk is cheap when it's coming with Tank. I love you, Tank. I do. I'm rooting for you, homie. But talk is cheap when it comes to you. You lost titles on the scales and you've missed weight before. So I'm a little concerned about Tank going into this situation. I constantly think about Adrian Bronner. I'm hoping Tank can surpass this. Yes, but I constantly think about Adrian Bronner. The man goes up to a weight class he shouldn't have been in, facing an opponent where he was way a fish out of water. And he could not overcome that opponent. And he had the same hype train behind him as Tank has behind him. The same hype train. D-Lo 44 boxing in the building. Good morning, family. Good morning to you, man. Good morning. So my point is to y'all is that even if Tank makes the weight, will he be the same fighter? Will he be able to get halfway through that fight without huffing and puffing? The worst thing that can happen to Tank against Leo Santa Cruz is he starts to huff and puff and not let his hands go. That's the worst thing that can happen to Tank in that fight. He can't turn into the Tank that we seen against Gamboa and take time off like that, because Leo is not going to stop. Leo is going to be relentless. Lawrence Williams in the building. Good morning, family. Good morning to you. Top of the morning. This concerns me. And Tank Nation, y'all should be concerned too. Y'all should be wondering why Floyd Mayweather, the ultimate A-side, TBE, and little TBE Jr. in Tank, why wasn't he treated with A-side treatment in this situation? Why is he under strict financial penalties if he comes in a pound over? That's not A-side treatment, champ. That's like I told my brother Monty last night. Y'all always telling me that Tank is this huge star. Salute to Tank. He's a big star, man, but he's a B-side star. That's not a star. How you the star and you on the B-side? You bending to the will of the other side. That doesn't make you the star. Leo did a sucker thing in this situation, if you ask me. And I feel for Tank. For that boy to say, my life may depend on it. I don't know if that slipped out accidentally. I don't know how far that goes. My life may depend on it. He knows he's at the door. That if I got to walk through this door to become the Tank that y'all want me to become. But the deck is set. The deck is set against the young man. 130? For real? For real. And how the hell is he fighting? How the hell is this 135-pound title on the line and he fighting at 130? Make this make sense to me, fight fam. This is sabotage. You telling me if Leo Santa Cruz beats Tank Davis, he wins the 135-pound championship, or is it vacated? Or does he have to make a decision? How the hell is he fighting for the 135-pound championship and he never been to 135? I'm looking at this in all angles, man. And I need Tank to pull this out. Not only just for the DMV, but just for his whole fan base and to excel right now. This is the point you excel. Expectations and all. I don't know, fam. Let me see what the fam talking about. Celtic says Taylor won't lose to him. Don't worry. In the UK, we call his opponent the thong song. I'm using that, son. I'm taking that right there. Yeah, my man going up against Thong Song, man. Fake ass Cisco. Zeno say, yo, imagine if them 4 undisputed fights would be on one card. Man, that would be legendary, champ. Legendary. I got to give Bob credit. Yo, we like to call Bob a lot of names, man, but you gotta admit. And then on top of that, we may even get one of these undisputed fights on regular ESPN. People ain't even thinking about that. This ain't pay-per-view we talking about. Man, as a boxing fan, I appreciate it. I don't care what nobody's saying. You know what I'm saying? Shakur beat Taylor. The only Taylor he'll beat is Katie Taylor. We seen he likes to beat up. Go ahead, bro. Come on, Matt. Come on. We're going to leave that part off. But, man, come on. I just been betting on Shakur since day one. Since the Olympics, champ. I've been betting on him. I watch every fight closely. He's been out here in the DMV. I put eyes on him. You know what I'm saying? The kid can fight. The kid can fight. All he got, once he grow into that man body, champ, the kid can fight, man. You know what I mean? Real spill. Man. 20 years from now, we'll be pregnant just like AB. I got that picture you sent me, Zeno, man. I was dying laughing, man. Yo, he been with Floyd for a good month before he even started camp. I think he'll not only be ready, but it's going to KO something. Leo is vicious. I hope so, fam. I really am hoping so. It's just that with Tank, you just never know, bro. And I would hope that Tank will also get his coach, Calvin Ford, more into this situation and into this process. I've now heard Calvin Ford say on a couple occasions, he doesn't know what Tank does for weight. He doesn't know what Tank weighs on fight day. That's not how coach is supposed to work. Maybe that's how Tank conducts his camp. I don't know. But he needs to allow that coach to be more involved and stop trying to do it on his own. I mean, we've listened to Tank explanation on the Brian Custer podcast, where he says, you know, I usually wait till I get to the last day, and then the last 2 or 3 pounds to try to get them off. I've been doing it wrong. That's because you're not listening. Listen to Calvin Ford. Let Calvin Ford, that's what he do. This is what you pay him for. Let him get involved. I could not stand the fact that Calvin Ford in that Gamboa fight, they took separate vehicles. They came to the event separately. And then when Calvin Ford asked, what's up with Tank? He doesn't know what Tank was wearing that morning because he didn't see him. That's not how you got to move, bro. Listen to your coaches. You know what I'm saying? Listen to your coaches. Tank's first must admit that he has a discipline issues between bouts. He can't look like a real Tank when he is inactive. Exactly. And that's what scares me about him actually cutting his weight during this pandemic time. And on top of that, he's never been as inactive as most fighters. But he hasn't been at this weight class in a year. It's Tank we talking about. I just don't get it. Why would they put him in this situation? I mean, there were other big fights that could have been done at 35 to get Tank name up in the stars. A sabotage fight, or maybe they see it as an opportunity where Tank can get in here if he just makes the weight. They don't see Leo hurting him. And they believe that Tank eventually will hurt Leo because they perceive him as the smaller fighter. And it's a safer route. Maybe that's what they were thinking. The same mindset as Jesus Cuellar. The same mindset as Abner Martes. But this time it can backfire. Because usually Tank is pulling the other fighters up. At this point, the other fighter is pulling Tank down. This is different. We got to see. We rooting for the kid, though. We rooting for him all day. All day. I got Stormy B-Man in the building. What's up, family? Salute to my brother Stormy B-Man. Stormy, man, I love your live streams, bro. I'm always there, man. I'm always there. Hey, and salute to Lawrence. Lawrence, hey, bro, I seen your comment yesterday in Monty's chat, bro. I'm on that Sergio Martinez news, bro. Salute to you. Sergio Martinez getting in position now. We're going to talk about that, Lawrence. Salute to you. Don't think I missed that. I saw that yesterday, man. And thanks for the heads up, man. Real spill. Real spill. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to definitely talk about my boy Sergio, man. I think Tank has been told that he can't miss again. Even though he eventually made weight in Atlanta, it had to be embarrassing to PBC. Absolutely. Not to mention what happened on the undercard of Conor McGregor and Floyd. Yeah, absolutely. It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for his brand. It's embarrassing for the brand of Mayweather. This is not Mayweather-esque. You know what I'm saying? This is embarrassing. But I still, in this situation, I don't fault Tank. This is something that he should not be doing. They're just putting him in a situation like, all you got to do is get to that 130 and we good. You don't know what kind of fighter going to be in that ring, man. When Adrian Broner lost to Marcos Maidana, what happened? Adrian Broner was on the cusp of greatness, of stardom. All he had to do was beat Maidana, and he was a pay-per-view star. And he couldn't cross that threshold because he was a fish out of water at a weight class that he could not take his power up to. They filled his head up with little sweet goodies and sweet nothings by letting him beat Paulie Malignaggi, which he almost, some say, barely squeaked by. So this is what I'm saying. Some things that you just got to take into account. If this kid goes in here and he starts breathing hard by round 4, 5, or 6, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm leaning towards Tank to finish Leo. I want him to finish Leo. I'm not a Leo fan by far, and y'all know why, because of Gary Russell Jr. So let Tank pick up what Gary couldn't get to. I'd love to see it, but I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. Tank needs this because of what's considered behind the scenes. If he only knew what they're asking and thinking, if he only knew what they were asking and think, yeah, man, I think what it is, it's like that carrot in front of the horse. You know, the horse gonna keep on walking towards that carrot as long as you put that carrot on the end of a fishing pole and hand it out there in front of that horse, right? It's like Tank is chasing all of those shiny things, and ignoring a lot of things along the way, a lot of signs along the way. But I think he hopefully knows what he's doing. I hope he does, man. I truly do. And that's why I've asked people in the past, like, yo, do y'all think that Tank should just take the financial penalty? Go in there, maybe just leave some money on the table, beat Leo Santa Cruz comfortably, take his name, take everything that comes with beating Leo Santa Cruz and move forward. What is he going to lose a few money? He ain't going to lose no belts on the scale because his belt is up at 35. He'll still have his belt. That's why I asked. I mean, is it too far-fetched to think that Tank can say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to just take this loss, beat this dude, take his belt, take his name, and go ahead and proceed with my career? Is that a possibility? Is that a possibility? And if he misses weight, this is another thing that he's not read. If you miss weight, Tank, you're not fighting for the 130-pound title no more. Only your title was on the line. That's bad. So even if you miss weight, oh yeah, well, Leo's title ain't on the line because we're fighting above the weight limit. Or we're fighting, I mean, I'm coming in above the weight limit. So his title won't be, but my title will be on the line. What kind of A-side, B-side negotiations is this? I need to know what Tank is coming out on top in this situation. Everybody like, yo, main man, Leo is the A-side because he's a 4-division champion. I respect accomplishments. Salute. But the people tell me that Tank can't fight Gary Russell Jr. because he's a big star. People tell me that Tank can't fight Devin Haney right now because he's a big star. But then when he steps up to Leo, he ain't so much of a star. I don't like it. Shakur is going to beat some really good fighters and run over some of them on his way into the pound-for-pound conversation all day. I see Shakur Stevenson crash into Tank's camp. He's crashing the Tank camp the other day. They had some video on that. Yep. They had some video on that, man. So Shakur out there scouting, man. Shakur out there scouting, champ. Shakur out there getting some good pointers from Tank, man. Y'all better pay attention. Yeah, man. D-Lo says, under normal circumstances, I don't see Leo hurting Tank. But when you kill yourself to make weight, it doesn't take the biggest puncher. That's my point, fam. You hit it dead and squared on the head. I have no doubt in my mind, if Tank is coming at the right weight and there wasn't no financial penalties on the line and all of that, Tank will destroy Leo. I have no doubt in my mind. I have concern because of the small print here. And I'm looking at Tank and I'm wondering, what kind of camp is he having? I see the clips with Floyd. Those are pretty. Those are great for public things, promotion. And those are great. Man, I see the little 5-minute, those few-minute clips. Cool. But is this a weight loss camp? That's what Devin said. Bro, I'm just saying, man, I don't like it. Even if the man makes the weight, dog, he was breathing hard at 35, man. Yo, Leo is a non-stop puncher, which means Tank can't get tired in this fight, at least until the mid to late round. He can't get tired because Leo ain't going to stop. Leo's whole strategy is to drown Tank after the 5th. It's well on record. Tank is even admitted. Oh, I heard it when he said it. Yeah, he wants to drown me after the 5th. That's his whole strategy. And I can't say I ain't mad at the reason that he's probably instituting that strategy, other than the fact that this is how he always fights, is that he knows if I bring this dude down to 30, he's going to be huffing and buffing. And after the 5th, I'm drowning him. Well, Tank, you got to be ready for that, bro. Lawrence says, nah, man, Tank shouldn't lose any money. He has hella legal fees to handle. I feel you. I'm just saying, I mean, of course he should strive for that 130, but I just think that, I mean, what my thing is, if he misses that weight, I guess what is he losing the most? He's losing a couple dollars. He is losing money, and I'm saying a couple dollars real loosely. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what those financial penalties look like. They were steep on Adrian Bronner. They were steep. I think it was like $500,000 a pound or something like that. Like, they were steep. And I'm sure Leo Santa Cruz got Tank under something real steep. I'm just saying, for Tank's, I mean, should Tank think about the here and now or make his future? I mean, a win after Leo, no one will remember the fact that Tank gave up some money. No one talks much about that Floyd Mayweather gave up a couple dollars to Juan Manuel Marquez. Like, that's water under the bridge. I don't know. I feel you though. He got legal fees. He got baby mama issues and all kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, bro, your checks can still, if you want to guarantee your future checks that make them much more bigger, you might just got to tell Leo, man, look, I'm gonna come in a pound over, or two. More Muhammad Ali. What's up, man? Good morning, family. Good morning. What's up, champ? So from what you're saying, man, it's more of a competitive. So what you're saying, man, it's more of a competitive fight this way. Yes. I ain't gonna say it's more of a competitive fight. I think it puts Tank at a small disadvantage. I don't want to see either man at a disadvantage. You know, I think a better agreement could have came into place. I mean, Tank shouldn't just be fighting little fighters. They shouldn't always be looking down and wait to find Tank's opponent. Sometimes why don't you just look at his weight class? You know what I'm saying? And look around and see what you can do there for a change. You know, but I don't know if it's going to be a competitive fight, sure, but it's still going to be Tank fighting an uphill battle. And I'm always down to see two fighters on an even playing field. You know what I mean? Sean, what's up? Good morning, fam. Good morning. Is Tank going to be Brawner 2.0? Don't know. Only time will tell. Don't know. Only time will tell. My bet is I think he's a little bit more smarter than AB. And my bet is that he got better people around him than AB had. That's my guess. He actually gets real love out here in B-more. Like the people, the neighborhoods, the community love Tank. Love Tank. And not to mention, I'm in DC, up in the DC side, and they love him up here too. You know, so I think he has more love and much better people than around him than AB actually had. I think with AB, he had a lot of sharks around him. He had a lot of bad people around him telling him a lot of bad things, a lot of hanger-ons, stuff like that. And AB just kind of listened to too many voices in his ear, and it guided him wrong, messed his whole career. This is why I want Tank to stay next to Calvin Ford. This is the reason I'm glad that Tank fought Floyd on keeping Calvin Ford as his coach and told Floyd to stay out of my business. You my promoter, bro. You're not my manager. Like, you can't tell me who coaches me, bro. You can't. I got a relationship with this man, and I'm glad he stuck his foot down on that. Floyd tried to get Calvin Ford out the way. So I think he got smarter people around him and people that actually love him, you know, and that's going to tell him, no, Tank, look, man, come on, man. You know what I mean? I'm so glad that he kept Calvin Ford close, bro. I can't tell y'all enough, man. If Tank run out of gas, that'll be his ass. He needs to fight like he is double parked on expired plates with no insurance all day. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. He better have 93 up in the tank, champ. I'm talking that good petrol. That good petrol. I mean, look, man, I'm glad that at least we at this point, and we know if Tank excels here, in most people's minds, from what I'm gathering, he will excel people's expectations. And that's how you make a star. Not putting in fights where we know the outcome, or putting in fights where we know what's going. When you exceed my expectations, most of us are not expecting Tank to make it through all 12 of these rounds and, you know, barely breathing hard. Like, we expecting about halfway through this fight the Tank to take some time off, right? That's most of us expecting. If I interviewed y'all one-on-one, I'm sure y'all will all say the same. Well, man, you know, I'm expecting Tank to come out looking good, but around the middle of the fight, I'm expecting him to be a little tired and maybe hopefully he can get himself back together. So hopefully he can exceed all of our expectations. Last one. Every time I turn around, there's something new going on with them, man. Yeah, man. There's always something going on that side of the tracks, but I'm just glad that Tank Dog is just in a position where he's still getting a top name fighter. Unfortunately, he still has a whole career to go. There's a lot of names that can be thrown in there. I don't like his 2022 answer for Vasyl Lomachenko, but there's nothing that we can do about it. The kid just don't want to fight him right now. I mean, everybody can paint it how you want it. Say whatever you want about Lomachenko, but Lomachenko told Tank, I'll wait for you. What you want to do? They don't want that fight. That's why I don't push for it no more. That's why I don't even talk about it no more. Tank made it clear. All you got to do is tell me once. I don't want to fight Lomachenko right now. That's what he's telling everybody. I got it. Zeno says, man, I don't think that Tank will end up something like Zab Judah. This is the moment we determine that. You know, forget all of the coming of age stuff, the ins and outs with the law. Every fighter goes through that. The ins and out with the baby mamas. Every fighter goes through that. Trust me when I tell y'all, all fighters got something behind the scenes playing out. Some make it to the level of to the media and to the public, especially if you're a big star and you got Floyd Mayweather standing next to you. So, of course, Tank news comes out, but every boxer goes through something. Look at what Adonis Stevenson's family is going through. I can give you numerous stories around boxing where boxers got a lot of bad stuff going on in their life. Tank ain't no different. He's just a bigger star. So his is much more prominent. His is put out there more. That's all. But every fighter has a coming of age story. Tank is still in his mid-20s. I'm expecting mistakes to happen. You give me one fighter who hasn't made mistakes in their 20s, especially on the way to championship fights. So I'm expecting for Tank to slip here and there. That's not the issue. Coming of age is normal for any fighter. But once you walk through that door, once you go from Gervonta Davis, the kid from Baltimore who got hands, to Gervonta Davis, possibly future TBE, big time star, world champion, you got to change some things. Because guess what? If you think that the public is on you now and the media is on you now, exposing every little small little law breaking thing you do, watch when you become that dude. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet, Tank. You gonna have chicks coming out. Oh, that's my baby father. Yeah, he let them, when news of them checks start floating around the world. Watch. You ain't seen problems yet, Tank. Remember, AB ain't seen problems until he got on top. Learn from your big homie. Learn from him. So Tank better get ready because he ain't seen nothing yet. If you think the publicity on him has been bad at this point, it can get worse. He got to be ready. And I want him ready. Keep Calvin Ford close to you. Last one. I think he will end up like Zab. You think he will end up like Zab? My mistake. Okay, what time will tell? I'm betting on him to succeed. Because he got a whole city pushing him to succeed. He got a whole bunch of kids out here looking up to him and seeing where he's going to do, which direction, how he's going to succeed. You got a whole lot of kids inspired by Tank out here in the DMV. Facts. You see, this is stuff that y'all don't know. Tank is loved out here. I ain't even gonna sit here and deny that, champ. When I go out here and talk to casuals, especially when I go around the neighborhood, bro, all they know is Tank right now. I'm telling y'all straight like y'all can think it's a game. They love Tank out here. So he gonna be all right. You just gotta walk through this door. So we'll be seeing. I'm gonna get up out of here, fam. Much love to the fam, man. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Cool live right here, dog. Just want to kick this off before I kick my day off. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the fam. We will be here Thursday for We Talking Boxing. I got a show being planned out as we speak. Looking forward to it, man. We got a lot of topics to get into. And once again, I'm going to be talking about my homeboy Sergio Martinez. Salute to you, Lawrence Williams. Much love for the heads up on that. And as I always tell y'all, man, stay stressed and sucker free out there. Remember, the devil is everywhere, omnipresent, everywhere at the same time. He's trying to ruin your day, your week, your month, your year, your family, your wealth, your everything. He want to wipe it out. Don't let that happen. Remember, you go to war daily. You got to win it all day. I catch up with y'all soon. Keep your eyes to the horizon. Keep your eyes to the headlines. And as they break, your homie will be back on here. Much love to y'all, man. And y'all have a blessed day out there, man. Salute to the fam all day. Peace out.